what do we got here? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Use the mirrors, no collision. Oh, yeah. Now, if we could do that without stopping, now we'd be impressed. The box is like in front of the can and low, but I actually kind of prefer that. We're going to get a little fancy. We're going to tip the cart, push that up the driveway so it's a little bit higher elevation. We should be able to get the grips. That might be all I need right there. Oh, this is going to make some rear loaders mad. Ooh, too lazy to get out of the truck. I got the AC on. I don't want to let all my cold air out of the cab. Might bring the heat in and melt my Girl Scout cookies. I'm too pretty to get out of the truck. We like to have fun here. This is one of those that was grandfathered into not having to take a cart. So when he converted to side load, everyone took carts. And there's a few people that it's like, all right, we'll let you not take a cart. And I forgot all the reasons why someone didn't want one, and that doesn't matter. But one of the caveats was heavy plastic bag, and it's got to be tied. Ooh. No, that's not gonna work. It's too early to be doing this. That works. Now, whether it's a good day or a bad day determines if the bottom of this box is intact. Ooh. We might have a good day. You don't want to stab the cardboard. Look at that. Now, if every stop was like that today, it'd take me all week to run this route. That is not helping. God. Guy just parks in the middle of the street. We got it. Good God. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. That ain't rice. Rice isn't supposed to crawl like that. Yeesh. This can be tricky. If you're gonna set out bag garbage, tying it is great. Putting it behind the cart, not great. Doesn't really help. Let's see if we can get this to. Got a spectator. I always suck at this when I have an audience. Yeah. Sometimes that doesn't always work, but I got it this time. This is a perfect example where I was just talking about don't take things personal. Okay. I have a bunch of clips that I label could have or would have fit. Now maybe they thought, oh, they won't take it unless the lid is shut, and that's not the case in this town. Like, I'll take a lot of stuff with the lid open. Jenga traps, you've seen them. But to put like this one last piece just on the ground, I mean, it could have even been broken in half and made to fit in there. That's one of those where I'm like, bro, don't take it personal. You know, I don't take it personal, and you shouldn't take it personal. But in the future, for other people watching, it's better if you commit, you know, a couple extra seconds just to get it to fit. You might say, oh, hey, stop complaining. It only took you like 10 seconds. That's okay for one stop, but I've said it before, we got to run close to 700 stops today. And if we just let everybody do that, well, that's a Jenga. Okay, this is, what's interesting to see over there, there's a second cart. But I don't know. You get why the garbage man can kind of get cranky sometimes? Where there's a second cart, but they overstack one and then throw the other stuff on the ground. Now, what I always tell people getting into garbage, if I was training somebody or if they're new and they're watching these videos, don't take things personally. It's very tempting to take customers' behavior as a personal slight towards you. It's never that, or it's very rarely that. This comment here demonstrates a lot of patience and grace. It's one of those things that you need to practice as a garbage man as well. I'm guilty of not always having the most patience and grace. It's not that there's a personal vendetta between you and the customer or the customer to you. Sometimes it's just misunderstandings. So yeah, when there's a second cart but the person doesn't use it and they just stack it up, and I'm good enough where I was able to grab it and service it all with the arm, which is fine, but a new hire would not be able to do that, and they'd say, well, why is this person doing that? And they create a lot of questions and narratives in their head that, you know, they take offense to. Sometimes they just don't know. We recently made this customer take a second cart because they had a lot of stuff on the ground for a while. And I didn't put stickers on these, so it really could be my fault. Normally we have stickers with arrows pointing to the curb, saying, you know, point the arrows to the street and wheels to the house. We didn't say anything about, well, don't stack them up away from the street. Now, I kind of developed that technique where I just push one aside or slide it over and still get it done. So it's not a big deal. If it was on the grass and you're trying to slide it on the grass and tearing stuff up, I would put a hanger on it, like a high-vis hanger that has some pre-written notes on it saying, you know, don't place carts this way or put them side by side, but it's getting done. Like, so you got these with arrows set side by side. They're a little close together. Like when I'm using the mirrors only, sometimes it's a little easier to miss that gap in between the carts when they're that close together. There we go. Not a huge difference. When it's on concrete, at least. If you gotta slide it over on grass, then it's a problem. Alright, let's see what we can do. Trash bags are a little low. Let's turn it into a huge disaster. Come on. Okay, we'll try to get it to ride the cart. I gotta be a little more precise about the placement of the grips because I want oh shoot. Then I gotta commit, and once I commit, I'm lying on. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Alright, okay. Alright, we can save this. Alright, that looks like it has some weight. But I trust the plastic and it's tied. So we'll give it a try. Maybe. Come on. You don't want to go too hard with it because it'll hang on the grips. It's a little mixture of being a little aggressive, but also being a little finesse. This, we're rolling up to like the near perfect placement. I like to have it down to the curb, but this is like 9.9. Wheels are facing the house, lid is shut. Lid shut is not a huge deal to me if it's placed the correct way. The trash came out pretty smooth. Most of it was bagged. Put it back down. I don't have to worry about scuffing up the grass or the yard because it's on concrete. Here's another example. Down to the curb, lid shut. Now, notice how quick these things get serviced and magnify that or extrapolate it across the entire route. Like if every cart took like 8 to 10 seconds to tip in service. Okay, some people will see me teasing around with extras and stuff and wonder like, oh, it takes a lot of time. Most of the stops, you know, if I have 700 stops in a day, most of the stops are just like this. Close to the curb, wheels facing the house, lid's mostly shut. Here's an example where I got 2 carts. This is why we always advocate customers take a second cart if they're regularly going to have extras. If you go back through the catalog of stuff I posted, I have one of my most viral asking, should trash on the ground cost more, or something like that. Who should pay more? It really upset some people, but the point I was getting to is if you put trash in the cart, it is just cleaner, faster, safer. Everybody wins, whether it's the driver, the company, the customer, or the community as a whole. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's wet. Oh! Not perfect, but still better than what it could have been. So that's not going to ride on its way up. We're going to grab it separate. I already turned the grip override on. So it should open at the top. Now when I turn the grip override back on or off, grip override is off. Can't see it, but as the arm goes up, it automatically tightens. And I'll show you. See, I'm not touching the buttons. We'll just go up, and it's closed. It does that automatically. If you turn the switch on, that doesn't happen. See, if you let go of stuff. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Sometimes you just want to grab as much as possible and see what sticks. In that case, it was quite a bit. it's that transition that gets tricky. Whoa.